Okay. Welcome back to another video, you guys. Obviously, last weekend was our big expo. I'm going to talk a little bit about the expo, how it went for us, and my personal feelings about it. And then I'm going to show you guys a few of the animals that we have here. Obviously, we've been back. We landed on June 3rd, so we've been back just a little over 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks now. And we've had a bunch of shipments come in. A little bit on that. No matter how far ahead that I plan to bring these shipments in, I can do all the work, I can do all the preparation for months and months in advance, but it always comes down to the airlines and also permits. And so we had a bit of a problem with the permits issuing in Malaysia, at least all of the permits issuing. So a big chunk of that Malaysia shipment is delayed, but it is going to come here at some point. And then we had an Indonesia shipment also that was delayed, but I think that one is coming on Monday night of this upcoming week. So pretty exciting. We have a big waiting list. I know a lot of you guys are waiting on those animals as well. So hopefully we'll have animals coming, and then we'll be able to reach out to waiting list customers and get all you guys taken care of. It should be a pretty good shipment, and I plan on doing an unboxing video for next weekend. So anyway, back to the show. The Reptile Super Show, or LA Pet Fair as it's now called, at least for June, it was huge. It was massive. Lots of people came through the door. Sales were pretty decent for us. I don't know, I didn't get a chance to talk to the other people, but it seemed like everybody was pretty happy overall. A lot of people walking through there. It was massive. And if you guys don't know, it was the succulent show outside, it was the aquatics super show, and the bird super show. I didn't have a chance to go to any of the other stuff except for the reptile thing inside that building. I sent Apple around, as you guys know, with the camera. I only saw those other events going on adjacent to our building through the video footage that Apple captured, and I saw it while I was editing. And so I'm going to be honest with you guys, Apple and I, living in Thailand and bouncing around through all the countries in Southeast Asia, we're super spoiled. We see crazy birds at the bird markets, and we see crazy fish, and we own crazy fish, a lot of which are illegal in the state of California, even if not prohibited from coming into the US. So we're spoiled when it comes to that. So I probably wouldn't have seen so many things that would have blown me away personally, but I think all you guys probably enjoyed the big event if you guys went there. So that is about it for that. We're looking forward to the next show. It's in Anaheim at the very end of July, the last weekend of this month. So we're looking forward to that. We have a lot of animals. The animals are sitting, they're feeding, undergoing all the conditioning that we like to do when we get our animals. A lot of times I say acclimation, but we don't have any like fresh wild caught animals. They've already been acclimated, waiting during all those weeks and even months in some cases, waiting to ship to us. So those animals were already kind of acclimated. It's just all about conditioning. So more animals will be ready. We're still shipping domestic and doing all that stuff, doing our FedEx shipments. And so everything is just kind of rocking along. So anyway, you guys, let me show you guys some animals that I particularly think are awesome. Let's get into it. So something that even myself, I don't see these very often. I have these farm-bred Timor pythons. They are so cool, and the group that I have 3.3, they're super laid back. And for those of you that have handled Timor pythons before and you're familiar with them, they're like super nervous and jumpy, and they spray urine all over the place, and they're just very nervous. The group that I have is just so super chill. And sometimes people ask me, I'm looking only for the super contrasty ones. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know if these are super contrasty or not. I really don't know exactly what people mean by that. And they also, of course, they change and color up as they grow. It just kind of intensifies and they change a little bit. So these are them. They're so cool. They're just little sweethearts, and they're just really chill and really mellow. So I'm enjoying having them around. I did bring these 3 pairs to the expo. A lot of people looked at them. Nobody pulled the trigger. I was happy to bring them home. And if they don't sell while we're here in the US, they're just gonna stay. I think they're really cool. They're actually pretty rare. You don't see them that often, so I'm good with it. Whatever happens, happens. But they are available. So, and really, really good feeders. They will eat every single time I offer food with no fuss. And we did frozen thawed yesterday, so they all took it. No worries. So those are cool. So we have some baby Tanamera scrubs. Some of these sold at the Expo, but we still have quite a bit. They're feeding. They are doing quite well. And you can see a little bit of the orange pattern on the side there. Some have it more than others. I think we're female heavy, and also they're really mellow. So baby scrub pythons usually can be a little bit on the feistier side, but these have been really mellow for us, so always a plus. Myself, I'm not really into handling snakes, only when I need to or need to do videos, but always a bonus. So from our facility, we have some Boiga melanota, some Malaysian mangrove snakes. These happen to be captive bred from our facility, feeding voluntarily and doing well. Each one of these is really unique. This one is crazy to me because it has lots of orange still showing here. Usually when they hatch out, it's normal to see this reddish color down at the base of the tail. But this one is still holding on to some of the orange at the base of every one of those bands, and I just think it's really interesting. Really good chance that it will disappear, but it is also very strange that it's holding on to the color at already this age and this size. And then this one is cool. This one is what I would call kind of aberrant. Well, definitely. I mean, those bands turn into dots mid-body, so that's pretty wild. But lots of variability with melanota, as you guys know, at least for those of you that watch the channel, because we're always showing some weird ones. So cool to have captive bred little babies. So this is one female mock viper, and she's gravid. So I don't want to take her out and get her all riled up, but she's actually pretty big for a mock viper. Normally they're pretty small. This one is pretty good size, and I think she had, if I can remember, I palpated like 5 little lumps in there. These give live birth, so they're actually developing babies. I can feel them. They're not round like follicles or anything like that. You can, at least for me, I can feel the difference. So I think there's 5 in there. She's holding 5. So I had another one give birth here 2 weeks ago. So she's next. So just holding on to her until she gives birth. And a little bit of new information on these. I sold some babies to a customer, and he reported back to me that like the day after they arrived, he had them with baby guppies in the water bowl, and the babies were eating guppies. So I thought that that was pretty cool. So I will definitely be deploying that tactic. Yeah, right, so here it goes. But I'll definitely be deploying that tactic when the babies show up. Hopefully we'll have good luck. And as most of you know, we have a whole bunch of green tree pythons that are just kind of hanging out. We sold just a few at the Expo, but we have some really cool ones that we're just kind of waiting for some sheds. This one happened to just shed last night, and I offered frozen thawed yesterday, and like 99% of the snakes took it. So that was obviously really nice, especially for me because I have a freezer full of frozen rodents. So there are some really wacky ones. This is one that came as kind of like a special. It's really weird. The pattern that's filling in is actually more to the black side than the green side, so it's just a weird one. But we have many of these, and by the Anaheim show we're going to have a lot that are going to be freshly shed and looking absolutely superb. And I haven't really been promoting it. I guess I should. Kudos to me. I nido tested all the green tree pythons, so they all have a negative PCR test. And the lab results correspond with a number that matches the animal ID number. And then, of course, every customer that buys one gets the lab result. So I think that's pretty cool. I think most of you already know it, especially if you were hanging around the show. I was told that we were kind of like the talk of the show for doing that. And we got a lot of attaboys for doing that. So anyway, we're just trying to do things right. But yeah, pretty cool. I like this one. And we have a few Albertis pythons. They're a little jumpy, they're a little nervous, but kind of individual. Everyone is a little bit different, but looking really nice, starting to have their first sheds with me, feeding well, treated, the whole thing. Really good body weight, nice and thick. So we have a few of these guys as well. I think we have some more coming on Monday night, and I think we have some Southerns also coming, but I do have a long waiting list for a lot of this stuff. The Albertis, I think I have room to add people, but the Southerns probably not. I think I have quite a few people waiting for those animals, but pretty nice stuff. You. Okay, fine.
Your face. Oh my God, your face, baby. It's got your shoulder.
I know, but it didn't get my skin. Let me try the other one. Okay, you guys, and I have two really big male Pitayas Carinata. These guys have been here since the end of last year. So feeding really well on frozen thawed frog legs. And I just recently introduced them to frog scented chicks. And then yesterday I did some chicks just kind of mixed in with the frog leg assortment. And so now they're taking chicks and frog legs. I have two really big males. This one is pretty chill. The other one, as you can see, is not quite as relaxed, and it's also even a little bit bigger than this one. But we have a bunch of Carinata coming in our shipments. I think Malaysia is going to be like the mother load. We have some babies and some adults and all that good stuff. So obviously one of our favorites. I just fed these guys yesterday, so I don't want to disturb or stress this one out too much. So you guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I think next week, like I said, we'll have a pretty cool unboxing for you. If you were at the show last weekend and you came to our table and said hi, we really appreciate it. For those of you that bought shirts, thank you so much for representing DM Exotics. We really, really appreciate it, and it's kind of humbling and overwhelming at the same time. We're looking forward to the next show in Anaheim, and we will continue bringing you guys content every Saturday as we've been doing for the last 4 years plus. So that is it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.